What a great day it is looking at the Blues Festival on the Portland waterfront there. A great day to be outside, and the American flags are flying. Thank you for joining us at 5. I'm Evan Watson. Happy 4th of July to you and to meteorologist Joe Ranieri as well. Joe, how are conditions for the fireworks shows tonight?
Fantastic. We're going to be looking at clear skies, and temperatures are going to be very comfortable over the next couple of hours. We're going to be looking at temperatures in the mid to the upper 70s. I don't think we see our temperatures jump up a whole lot between now and 6 o'clock, but by 8 o'clock, 73, and of course, once sunset. Sunset is just after 9, but we'll be looking at temperatures by 10 o'clock in the mid to the upper 60s. Now, as we go along the Oregon coast, just a picture-perfect start to this holiday weekend. From our Chinook Winds camera over there in Lincoln City, 64 degrees, beautiful along the coast. It's just as nice throughout the Columbia River Gorge. Here's a live look from our Oregon Veterans Home camera, a temperature of 86 degrees, kind of breezy in this area of the Columbia River Gorge. Fire danger will remain high here the next couple of hours. And in downtown Portland, we're looking at temperatures in the upper 70s at this hour, very light winds. And yeah, the forecast over the next couple of days is going to be very calm and pleasant. We'll have a ridge of high pressure develop over the next few days, and we're not going to be seeing a whole lot in terms of cloud cover. There'll be a little bit of some clouds that sneak in tomorrow morning, but for the most part, Evan, we're going to be looking at great weather going into the first week of July. And this is the time of year where everyone kind of jokes around that summer starts after July 4th. Well, this year, it's just going to be pleasant. Nothing above 88 over the next couple of days. I'll talk more about that in a few minutes.
Thank you, Joe. Sounds like a good start to summer for me. The nation is celebrating 250 years of independence with events happening all across the country and the state. That includes local parades earlier today before the sun goes down and sky lights up with fireworks. Jake Holter joins us live from the waterfront. Jake, happy 4th to you. How are things there?
Happy 4th to you, Evan. Yeah, and it's like Joe just said, it could not be a nicer day out here today. And you can see people are already sort of staking their claim here to watch the fireworks, people with chairs and blankets. And we still have 5 hours to go. This morning, parades big and small across the area. Let's take a look.
When I'm doing this, I'm going to blow my whistle.
In the small enclave of Maywood Park Saturday morning, it seemed like more people were in the 4th of July parade than watching it.
The community is the parade.
Quick loop around a few blocks, but a perfect encapsulation of how Independence Day brings a community together.
It gives the little kids a chance to be in a parade that probably would never have that chance.
Down in Happy Valley, a parade on a much larger scale. Some of resident Deidre Cochran's kids are in the parade.
I think once the kids are of an age when they can actually participate and kind of capture some of the excitement of the day, that's kind of what makes it all so fun for everyone.
Some older kids on a float of their own as part of Happy Valley's Youth Council, sharing smiles and candy with the community.
It's just really cool because we're like celebrating our amazing country, and it's a really big deal that it's been around for so long. It's just an amazing feeling. I like seeing my friends on like the side and throwing candy at them, and honestly just cheering people's days up with candy.
And as a reminder, the fireworks will be launched from here at the waterfront around 10 o'clock tonight. Evan?
Thank you, Jake. Firework-related injuries spike every year around the 4th of July holiday. Local ER doctors tell KGW they see more people coming in with burns, cuts, and other emergency room injuries, turning a holiday into a busy day for hospital staff. But fireworks aren't the only holiday risk. Kaiser Permanente doctors are urging people to keep boating safety in mind if you're heading out on the water tonight or tomorrow. Health officials say drinking and boating can be just as dangerous as drinking and driving. Not only that, they're also reminding the public that Oregon waters can stay very cold, even when it feels warm outside. And if you're headed to a river or the coast, keeping that cold shock in mind could help keep you safe before you jump in.
That's really shocking to a person's system, and people can die and do every year in the Northwest that way because the transition to that cold is so stunning. People think that being an accomplished swimmer is enough, and it's not when you subject the body to that.
Health officials say whether it's a burn from a firework or an injury on the water, don't wait too long to get medical help. They say waiting can make that injury worse. This holiday weekend, local police are working to keep area roads safe. Portland police say the Bureau is increasing its staffing and will be on the lookout for impaired drivers.
Alcohol is traditionally a part of the 4th of July celebration for a lot of people. We just ask people to be very mindful that if they're impaired, they shouldn't be driving. They should have a plan to get home. We want to make sure that everyone gets home safely.
Police say they expect protests today, and they're also aware of potential street takeovers. A reminder, consumer fireworks are entirely banned in Portland and the city of Vancouver, along with some other jurisdictions. Though you shouldn't call 911, authorities say, unless it's an urgent and life-threatening situation. Portland, for example, points people to 311 and a city firework reporting website if you want to submit a report. Fire investigators warn anyone who starts a fire connected to fireworks could face heavy fines and jail time and potentially have to pay for the cost of fighting that fire. You may have heard a roar in the skies earlier today. The 142nd Wing of the Portland Air National Guard conducted its annual 4th of July flyovers, coinciding with ceremonies throughout our region. Here's a clip from 2020 showing their perspective of the event. They started over Lake Oswego just after 10 this morning and ended above McMinnville around noon. And keep in mind, the Hawthorne Bridge is closed to traffic as Portland prepares for the big show following the Waterfront Blues Festival. The north side will remain open to cyclists and pedestrians. The Morrison closes at 8 with fireworks kicking off just after 10. Washington's Department of Labor and Industries has opened 2 new investigations into pulp and paper mills in the state, one in Longview and another in Port Townsend. It says the plants use a similar process as the Nippon Dynawave facility in Longview, where a chemical tank disaster killed 11 workers just over a month ago. Investigators at the state and federal levels will likely take months to determine what created that failure. These new inspections are being described as, quote, precautionary and focused on worker safety. People in Washougal are mourning the death of a recent high school graduate. According to friends, 18-year-old Grant Johnson Jr. died in the hospital earlier this week from a bacterial infection. As a lineman, he created opportunities for his teammates to shine. Now with his sudden passing, those teammates cherish a friend they won't forget. Orange ribbons outside Washougal High School honor the memory of Grant Johnson Jr. A recent graduate, Grant died of a fast-spreading bacterial infection on Monday.
He was hilarious, one of the funniest people I ever knew. Always smiling, always cracking jokes, making people laugh.
He loved music, you know. It didn't matter what I was playing in the car, he was always bobbing his head.
What's up, family? How you doing? He was just the greatest dude. He was there for everyone.
Number 74 on the football field, Grant's teammates remember him as hilarious and a supportive protector.
We'd be down in a game, he'd be there picking everybody back up saying, we got this. We just passed like the first big step in our life, and he now can't go on to see what his future plans were. And I knew there was something big for him in the future, and he was going to be a successful man. DeAndre Goodell met Grant in the 2nd grade, growing up with him, remembering both the great and the not as great. Try to go to bed, and you hear him in the room just snoring, probably loud as a jet engine, and can't fall asleep till like 6 because he's finally waking back up so you can get some rest. The Washougal community has raised more than $20,000 through a GoFundMe for Grant's family. Now his teammates.
But I just called in my buddies and we sat around, gave our hugs and kind of cried it out for a little bit, but yeah, it was hard.
During a big life transition from high school to their next steps.
This is my first friend loss, so yeah, it's pretty hard. It's nice to know I got brothers to lean on, and I'm always there to lean on these guys too, so.
Promised to carry on Grant's legacy, saying he was truly loved.
What Grant lived for, the impacts he had, I'm going to try to bring that every day for the rest of my life.
An update today, Woodland Park Zoo in Seattle is back open after a bomb threat forced thousands of people to evacuate Friday morning. The zoo says someone called in a threat shortly after 11 that day. Seattle police swept the grounds but did not find any explosives. About 3,500 guests and 200 summer campers evacuated. The zoo reopened a few hours later.
It's pretty scary. It's hard. You want to take your kids out and have a good time and have fun, but to know that those are the types of things we have to worry about nowadays, it's unfortunate. It's really sad.
In a statement, the zoo said, quote, In recent weeks, numerous zoos and aquariums have received threats that were later determined to be false swatting attempts. A reminder that first responders are still working on this holiday, even helping out young animals. Earlier today, Astoria firefighters responded to a young deer that somehow got on the roof of a home. With their help, the deer was brought down safely and seemingly reunited with its mom. Coming up at 5, big sections of the United States, millions of people are facing high heat on this 4th of July, how that's affected some planned celebrations. And the U.S. men's national team gets a break on this holiday as they prepare for their next World Cup match against Belgium. Why they'll have to try and advance in the World Cup without a key goal scorer.